Hey YouTuber, good morning, it's Robb Moffett. Guys, I think I mentioned before, one of my favorite places on the internet is Bill Myers. It's a paid forum, but I always get a lot of good information on it. And today on Bill's forum, somebody posted a message on the simple formula for a living. And it's a pretty good list, I like it. And I thought about it, so you know what, I think I'll put my list up. And I thought about what I thought was a good list of things, rules to live by. This is what he posted. Live beneath your means, good idea. Listen more, cultivate good manners, be humble, live in the present. You know, all good stuff. So it made me think about my list, what I could come up with. And this is what I came up with. The first one is, uh, it's not mine. I read it someplace else. I didn't come up with it, but I thought it was excellent advice. Don't go to stupid places with stupid people and do stupid things. This sentence, it epitomizes being young. When you're young, you go to stupid places with stupid people and you do stupid things. That's what you do when you're young. But as you get older, you shouldn't do that. And even when you're young, you try to have one of these things in your favor. Like if you're going to a stupid place and doing stupid things, hopefully you won't be with stupid people. But if you have all three of those things working against you, you may have your relatives come visit you and maybe buy you some cigarettes so you can, you know, get by with the other prisoners. Yeah, don't go to stupid places with stupid people and do stupid things is excellent advice for any person, specifically and in particular a young person, because that's what a young person does. And too many older people too. Next one, don't loan money and expect to be returned. If you loan money, you're never going to get it back. And if you do, you should just be thankful. Don't expect any money to be returned. And also, if you loan money and you don't have a timeline of when you expect it back and how you expect it to be paid back, you're just an idiot. You're never going to hear from that money again. And when you ask those people, they're not going to remember. So if you do loan money, it better have a date when it's being returned and in what amount and how it's going to be returned and so on. So don't loan money, and if you do, don't expect it to be returned. If it does get returned, you're going to be happy as a clam. Next one, forgive others if you expect to be forgiven. For a long time, I've held grudges against other people. It's part of my superpowers. I can hold grudges longer than most other people. But you know what? If you expect other people not to hold a grudge against you, you need to forgive other people. That's a part of growing up. It took me a long time to learn. I'm still learning. Next one, a lot of people aren't going to agree with this one, but everybody lies. If you don't lie to others, you lie to yourself about things. I was at work one day and somebody came up to me and said, "Your boss lied to me. He lied. Why did he lie?" And I said to him, "Everybody lies." He got more mad, but it's true. If you don't lie to others, you lie to yourself. Don't get too crazy. It's going to happen. Next one is you have to have at least one crazy person in every neighborhood. All the places I've lived, and I've lived a lot of places. Growing up, we didn't have money. We had to move every time the rent was due. And you come across a lot of neighborhoods. If you don't see one crazy person in your neighborhood, it just might be you. You know, if you don't see somebody out in the front of their yard mowing the lawn in the rain or on their balcony in their underwear, cutting their hair, you know, you're gonna have one crazy person in every neighborhood. You got to. The next one, be proud of who you are and what you are, and don't let others define you. A lot of times people get defined by their worst moment, and sometimes it's accurate. I mean, O.J. Simpson, he got defined by cutting the head off of his ex-wife, so that's pretty defining. It's kind of hard not to get defined by that, but and there are some things you do get defined. But basically, you're a complex individual. You're more than one thing, and don't let people define you. You should define yourself. Also, be proud of who and what you are. Your race, your ethnicity, your culture, your background, where you came from, you know, who you are. You should be proud of those things. Next, acknowledge the amazing challenges and deprivations your ancestors overcame, an obligation you have to be aware of and thankful of all the treasures you possess. That's kind of a long sentence, but it's true. A lot of people forget about where they came from, their ancestors and so on. the things they ever overcame. Everybody on the planet, we come from a ancient group of people from thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. All the things that we've had to overcome over the centuries, the eons, just to get where we are today. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. But a lot of people, they're completely disconnected from their ancestors. It's a shame. We have a lot to be proud of all the things that have happened in our past and the things that people did over the years to get to where we are today. And if you become aware of that and also aware of all the treasures that you really have right in front of you, I kind of think that our ancestors, I know they're dead, they're died, they're gone, but in my mind, at least somehow, some way, they're still looking down on us and thinking about us. And if they see us consumed with worry and unhappiness and doing crazy things, they got to be asking themselves, it's a beautiful thing. It's a treasure to be alive and in the present. And so many of us just go through life blind. We're consumed with things that don't amount to a hill of beans. And I think sometimes our ancestors are looking down on us thinking that we're just people blind walking through life, not seeing all the amazing things that we have that they no longer possess because they're not here anymore. So acknowledge your ancestors, the things they did, and think about all the treasures that you possess. That's very important. Next one, well, that's also kind of heavy. You got to enjoy life knowing that you're going to die and acknowledge your own mortality, because the angel of death comes for us all, but we don't have to kiss his butt before he gets here. Be happy now. We're all going to go, but that don't mean we have to go right now. Next one, good health is more precious than even family. So many people say family is the most important thing. Well, yeah, it is the most important thing, but that's why health is even more important, because if you get sick, your family is burdened by your illness. And 70% of all your illnesses are related to your work, your lifestyle, the things you do. So you need to act accordingly. I mean, I'm kind of late to this. I never thought about my health much earlier in my life. And now, like a lot of people, typically they get concerned about their health as they get older. But I wish I had done it more when I was younger, because it's the most precious thing you've got. Next one, don't ever go to a bar with the word lucky in its name. The Lucky Duck, the Lucky Dog, Ben's Lucky Tavern. Don't go in there. You don't want to do that. It's not going to work out. Next one, I'm not going to say much about this one. Don't play horseshoes for money with anyone from Tennessee. The last one, choose happiness. It's a choice. The more you choose it, the more it gets stronger and easier to be happy. You got to work on it. It's like a muscle. If you choose it more and more, it's going to be working more and more and getting stronger, and you're going to be happy more often. Choose happiness. I really recommend it highly. So those are my list of for a living. My formula, Robb's formula for a living. So that's my video for today. Hope you guys like this, and hope you're living in a neighborhood where you got one crazy person, so it's not you. All right, guys, take care. Come back, put new stuff on every week, and come back and enjoy more.